Colleagues, it is my great pleasure to welcome the President of the General Assembly, Excellency Annalena Baerbock, and I would like to invite her to address the committee. Excellency, you have the floor.
Good morning, Your Excellency, Ctte Vaivet, Permanent Representative of Thailand, Chair of the Third Committee, Excellencies, Permanent Representatives, distinguished delegates, including youth delegates joining us today, and also experts from Capital. Good to see you all. Allow me first to congratulate you, Mr. Chair, as well as the borough members on your election to guide the work of the Third Committee during the 80th session of the General Assembly. The work of the Third Committee lies at the heart of our United Nations. This organization was not only created to end war and advance development, but also to uphold human dignity, to prevent humanity from hell. Together, these three pillars form the foundational principles of this institution. When the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was signed in 1948, 3 short years after the Charter itself, it was a testament to the ability of our founders to overcome divides and coalesce behind fundamental human rights and freedoms for all peoples and all nations. You delegates of the Third Committee are entrusted with carrying this legacy forward. As we all know, the Third Committee covers a wide range of issues, from advancement of women's rights, of refugees, from youth and family, to crime prevention and adherence to international legal obligations. The decisions and resolutions you forge here impact all of humanity. From the more than 122 million forcibly displaced people, to the 476.6 million indigenous people, to the 1.3 billion people exercising significant disability, to the women and girls who make up half of our humanity, so 4 billion. To them, resolutions are not just words on paper, they can be life-changing. Your work here is not abstract, it is real. It matters every day. But we all know that we still have a long way to go. Human rights are under assault globally. Civil liberties are under threat. Violence against women continues unabated. And the unregulated digital sphere poses not only new chances, but also emerging threats and old biases. As we heard during the high-level meeting on the 30th anniversary of the Fourth World Conference on Women, gender equality has been successful all over the world, but still remains unrealized, and backlash against women's rights is increasing. Not even speaking about the situation for women and girls in Afghanistan, which to my point of view, we could call a femicide. I encourage you all to participate actively in the interactive dialogue, because we know that the United Nations is better together when the voices of all men and women are heard. And I encourage you to do this, standing up for human rights, development, our legal obligation even further, with self-confidence and maybe even pride. Because without rights, without the rule of law, we would have chaos and anarchy in the world. So standing up for human rights is a noble thing, because it's not only defending rights of individuals, it's securing security for all of us. As I said at the opening of the 80th session of the General Assembly, we stand at a crossroads here at our United Nations. But we must not resign to cynics, but instead choose the right path and redouble our efforts to deliver on our commitments. That includes implementing key rights-based agendas, including Sustainable Development Goals, as well as the landmark Pact for the Future and its Declaration on Future Generations, which promise to enhance the full enjoyment of human rights and dignity for all, to uphold freedom from fear and freedom from want for all. But we will not be able to achieve these goals if we cannot overcome the political and financial headwinds facing this organization. So after the kind of easy part of my short introduction here, I would like to turn also to the maybe a bit nitty-gritty, but the core issue of this 80th session, our reform process, UN80. Because this session offers the opportunity to take a critical look at how we can fulfill these noble promises more effectively and efficiently. Committees must ensure their work supports this collective renewal by aligning with the resolution on GA revitalization and the mandate review process to achieve meaningful efficiencies. That means reducing the frequency, length, and number of resolutions. Yes, also in this committee, as the General Assembly requested. It also means reviewing working methods and submitting concrete proposals to the General Committee. I encourage you to ask yourself every time when drafting a new resolution, is it just copy and paste, or is every paragraph really essential? Do we need a SG report when funding and capacity may be limited or may not even exist? We should really face the critics of saying you produce nice paper, but you never implement. So these resolution and working methods should be reflected also in the sense if we have new techniques and abilities of implementing them. In this regard, I urge all delegations and committees to actively engage in the ongoing UN80 process and related reforms. Because our work here is not only about thematic content of resolutions, but also strengthening the United Nations itself to fulfill its mandates. In these challenging times, Excellencies, it is more important than ever to overcome divides and find areas of unity to deliver for the people we serve, because we know that we are also facing fragmentations. And the good news is you have already done so time and time again. Third committee resolutions have urged governments to strengthen efforts to prevent violence against women migrant workers. They have encouraged the involvement of indigenous peoples in the design and implementation of public policies related to the environment and development. And they have called upon member states to eliminate discrimination against persons with disabilities by removing physical and digital barriers. So I encourage each one of you here today to reach across the aisle and find areas of compromise again. Remembering the work we are doing here and the resolutions you adopt in this conference room will echo far beyond its four walls. As the Secretary General stated, each of us can make a difference in promoting peace, human rights, sustainable development, and lives of dignity for all. So I'm looking forward to working with you all together, always remembering that we are better together.
I thank the President of the General Assembly for her very thoughtful statement and for joining us this morning. Thank you so much, Madam President.